Ew, I look fucking ugly. How dare you speak in our movie when you look like trash? What's up, guys? So I'm here with another me talking about books video, but it's kind of not even that. It's kind of like me talking about movies, but book turned to movie, so me talking about books video. If you guys don't know, People We Meet on Vacation, the movie just came out yesterday. Wait, today's Monday. It came out Friday. January, is that 9th? 10th? I don't know, but it's on Netflix. And I was very excited. I think I even have a post on my YouTube about it. And I was so excited. I was like, wait, Tom from Songbirds and Snakes? Yeah, he's gonna eat in this movie. And Emily Bader, which I haven't watched her in anything, but I know she was in that Lady Jane show. I'm like, this looks like they're going to eat. Now, I low-key always pictured Poppy as blonde. And she's literally blonde in the picture, but like it don't even matter. I'm not one of those people that I am nitpicky about like appearances. I don't care. Some people are crazy. What I am kind of crazy about is sticking to material, sticking to source material. And I had the absolute honor and privilege and opportunity to be this will never happen again, but I read the book way before I knew the movie was coming out. I usually find out the movie's coming out and I'm like, wait, let me read the book. But I read it before it was coming out or even knew about it. So I felt really good about that. It really fueled my ego. And I was anticipating it and I watched it and we're going to talk about it today and my thoughts about it. Before we do start though, a few things. So I did read this book, like I said, 3 years ago though. Okay, so I didn't do a reread. I didn't just read this like last month. I read this 3 years ago. Did I go back and watch my reading vlog on it? Yes. So I could get a refresher? Yes. But am I going to probably miss some things? Probably. Will I be like, well, I don't really know. Wait, if I'm wrong, yeah, I might do that. Okay, I can't be great at once. This is not going to be a full, in-depth, like, detailed review. This is going to be very, like, I sat with my feelings for, like, 2 days. So this is kind of off the cuff. But I did go back and check my sources. The points that I'm going to be proving to you guys today, I checked my sources. So this isn't just willy-nilly, okay? And yeah. So, first things we're going to start is the things that I liked about the book. So if you care, I'm already starting. I think I gave this book a 4.5. It was a high 4. I do remember that. Okay, I enjoyed Alex and Poppy's also, spoilers. So I enjoyed Poppy and Alex's relationship. I liked seeing, and I don't really like Friends to Lovers. So this really caught me by surprise. I liked how, it started touch of enemy or just misunderstood. They didn't get along a little bit. And then it just went into them being lovers. The past present format of this book also worked amazing because we're seeing them be so I almost said in love, but like not in love, but like we're seeing them like fresh and vibrant in their relationship, even though they're it's just platonic and friendly at this point. But we are seeing them just be like fun and understanding, okay, this is why they're friends. Okay, they joke, they banter, we're getting inside jokes. The inside jokes are being referenced even later. We're in on the inside jokes. We are a part of their friendship. I loved every single bit of that. And so you got that in the past, and in the present you see them and they're literally like two different people. What happened to the funny, witty, warm friendship Poppy and Alex? What went down? And then that's kind of what keeps you going throughout the book. You're like, what went down for these two that were just like seemed like they were inseparable? What happened to the point where, girl, they can't even have a conversation? What happened? So I really like that. This was my first Emily Henry book also. So I was really just getting a taste, a touch, a sample of the things that she can do. And I enjoyed the book. Some highlights from the book that I really liked. I loved their New Orleans trip. That really cemented and was kind of the point at which we were questioning you're more than friends. This is not platonic. Okay, you try to shove it down our throats that you guys are platonic, but that's not the case. Because New Orleans, friends don't do that. Friends don't act like that. So that was the first taste of us seeing them be a tad bit more romantic. Being like, okay, we can see this going beyond friendship. I also really love their camping trip. I forget what that was. Was it in Canada? It might have been. And I did like some parts of San Francisco. Okay. So is that it? Yes. And then I will also just get into more things as we talk about the movie and the video. The movie and the book. So now for my highlights of the movie that I liked. I love the actors. Okay, I really don't have a lot of positive things to say about the movie now that I'm thinking about it. I liked how it looked. I love the colors. I love... Girl, you don't like the movie, and that's okay. That's really it. Guys, I'm sorry. So I do think that Tom and Emily did a great job at their job. But do I think the characters themselves, were they good? No. And I really am kind of sick to my stomach, and I'm really wondering what happened in the writer's room. I'm also going to do another disclaimer. I forgot to say this in the beginning of the video. I understand that not every single thing is going to be in the movie. And not every single thing in the book is going to be in the movie. I understand that we have an hour and like 30 minutes, give or take, and 400-page book cannot translate to 1 hour, 30-minute film. I get it. But what I don't get is how we're leaving out pivotal plot points and we're changing pivotal plot points. And it's an entirely different movie. I don't like that. I actually don't like when I'm expecting to watch people we meet on vacation, but I'm watching an entirely different movie. So I'm gonna get started on the things that I didn't like about the movie, okay? So I think I just touched on this, but I didn't feel the chemistry between the characters. Because guess what, guys? They deleted it. They deleted the build-up to why Alex and Poppy were made for each other. What happened to the banter? What happened to just letting them talk? I really did like the car scene in the beginning where they were literally just talking. I don't even know, because should I be here being like, okay, this is what you could have done so we could see them build up chemistry? Because the lack of them not having any chemistry or like building their relationship on screen led to a payoff at the end where it didn't feel earned. It felt like, what the fuck? Like, of course, duh, like romance book, y'all are going to get together. Romance movie, you guys are going to get together. We know that. But it's not satisfying because it felt like you didn't do any building. Where was this earned? I'm going to get to my biggest problem. So I think another reason why it didn't feel worth it to me at the end, it didn't feel like, yes, they're together, is because we didn't get to see in the movie how Poppy and Alex's relationship was literally a problem to where his girlfriend Sarah did not like Alex talking to Poppy, and he would literally have to talk to her in secret. What? So it's just little moments like that where I feel like we could have fitted in. Like, we got zero footage of their real lives, what their lives were like when they're not on vacation. And I feel like that would have been great to see because we get to see how hard their life is away from each other. And then when they come back to each other, we see how like easy and like, oh my God, it's literally like bliss. It's like heaven. And then it's hell when they're away from each other. And then that could even drive the payoff at the end and be like, okay, they're meant to be together because when they're apart, life is shitty. When they're together, girl, life is sunshine and rainbows. That is a little thing. We can't have a scene of Alex and Sarah in their apartment and he's leaving and going in his car and talking to Poppy and be like, oh, and just explaining. Literally, there's a scene just like that and him explaining that he can't be on the phone with Poppy with Sarah around. We only got one scene with Sarah, Alex, and Poppy together, and that's the big Tuscany trip at the end where shit pops off. where the boundaries are actually broken. New Orleans was when we're getting there. We're getting to the boundaries being broken. Tuscany, the boundaries are broken. They're shattered. There's no chance of rebuilding it back. We only got one scene in the movie of the dynamic of Sarah, Poppy, and Alex and how destructive and what the fuck they are. What? What's that about? And then backpacking off of Tuscany, where we have Poppy's pregnancy scare, and then Alex was comforting her, and then we get later that he got a vasectomy because, and not just of Poppy, of course, because his mother died during childbirth, and then he saw Poppy being like scared and anxious over the possibility of being pregnant. He got a vasectomy when, mind you, he was with freaking fracking Sarah, and he got a vasectomy. He didn't even tell Sarah. It's like, Alex, you're a shitty person. Yeah, you're a shitty person, but also Sarah, like, we see that, like, okay, Sarah need to get out. Poppy need to come in. Like, it needs to be Poppy and Alex because, like, you're getting a vasectomy for your friend? I think that was a big pivotal point, if you ask me. And mind you, his goals was to have a family, was to have kids, children. And you're telling me he got a vasectomy? For Poppy? And we're supposed to take this lightly. This is supposed to mean nothing. No, it's everything. It's pivotal. So why wasn't it in the movie? So this is my final thing. And this is probably the biggest problem for me. Why the fuck are Poppy and Alex in Barcelona? Why? I'm not going to repeat it. Where is Palm Springs? Palm Springs wasn't there. Why isn't Palm Springs there? Guys, Palm Springs is when Poppy and Alex, they weren't going on vacation. They're like, yeah, let's go on vacation. Come on. And Palm Springs is when we're like, girl, why aren't y'all friends? Like, what went down that... It's so laggy. Oh, we see Poppy and Alex in Palm Springs, and this is when we're like, girl, what happened to you guys? Why aren't you guys the fun, vibrant, silly, funny, goofy Poppy and Alex that we know of? And then we see little by little on the trip, like, his back hurts. We see that everything they're doing is just going wrong. It's awkward, it's weird. Alex is grumpy, and we're just sitting there like, what the fuck? And it's little by little that we see each day on the trip, and then it finally blows up. They get freaky. They tell each other, yo, I like you, you like me. Like, let's stop playing. And then it blows up again. And then he goes back to Ohio. I think she's in New York, right? And then she quits her job, and then she goes back to Ohio. This is another pivotal point that is not in the movie. She has made it so clear that she does not mess with Linfield, Ohio. But she's like, you know what? Compromise. I'm quitting my job in New York. I'm flying to Ohio, and I'm going to the high school that I fucking hate and I never want to go again. But guess what? I'm gonna go to this high school because my lover, my man, my everything, my other half, my ride or die is there. He's there. And I'm gonna go. I'm gonna tell him that I love him. That is pivotal in showing how Poppy is finally not being selfish. She's not thinking about herself. She is facing a very avoidant area of her life that she does not want to face. She is facing it for Alex to be able to prove to him, hey, I like you. I want to be with you. I love you. Do you see my declaration is facing something that I've been avoiding and I've been wanting to for years. And it's like, oh my God, thank you, Poppy. I love you too. And then they compromise and then they live happily ever after or whatever. Do you see how much better of a story that is than Poppy running to him? Running? The running is replacing Poppy's fear of going back in time? Guys, and then I'm not even gonna get into like her childhood, everything about that. The characters were so flat, and it really pisses me off when I keep seeing people like, okay, but you have to make changes so it fits on screen. Bitch,
what are you talking about? We can fit this on the screen.
I think this can be done in a movie. Would it be better as a limited series? 100%. But I think we can fit this in a movie. I really do. I really want to know where the time went, and then where we were skipping out on vacations, which I understand. We can't go everywhere. But can we have some fleshed out characters? Can we have Palm Springs? What the fuck are we doing in Barcelona? And then they're gonna have this, they literally speed run the trip where, you know, his back hurts and then they're like spending like forced proximity together. Like, this is so weird. I hated it. And they're laughing and joking in Barcelona at the wedding rehearsal, and then they walk home, and then it's awkward and weird and all of a sudden like passionate, and now they're having sex on the terrace. Like, what the fuck? Does that make sense to y'all? It doesn't make sense to me. My parting words for this is that I understand, and I could see from if someone didn't read the book and they just watched the movie, I would be like, okay, this is like a okay rom-com. Is it my favorite? No. Will I rewatch it? Probably not, but like, this is good. But for someone who read the book, and this is completely personal because I've seen also people who read the book and they love the adaptation because they're seeing it as two different things. Girl, I just can't. Some people enjoy them separately. Me? No. I'm not the one, because there's just some pivotal points in the movie that are just missing, and I think, for me personally, someone who read the book and now watched the movie, I just don't think they are comparable at all. And I didn't enjoy it because I really wanted to, but there's just something, and I don't know if it's just my bias peeking through that I'm trying not to have, but I'm gonna say it again, the characters, they felt flat. I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like, the pacing of it doesn't feel right. And then Poppy was not annoying in the book. If we're going to be like stupid about it, she's sunshine, Alex is grumpy in the present, kind of in the past too. But Alex would be categorized as the grumpy character, Poppy would be sunshine, but she was never cringe sunshine, right? Annoying, weird sunshine. In the movie, like, oh my god. Oh, I was cringing. Like, it just didn't feel right. I don't know if it's like the actor or just a personal thing, but it just didn't feel right. Yeah, so maybe not all books need to be adapted into physical media, visual media. It doesn't have to do that. Movie, out of 5, 1, 2. 2 is being very generous. But yeah, let me know if you guys agree with me, if you guys don't, if you guys are like, you are actually stupid. Let me know what you guys think about the movie. If you watched it and you haven't read the book, if you read the book and watched it, just let me know what you think. If you agree with me, if you don't, I'm open to discussion and conversation. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.